Hello everybody. Now I've never done this before, so I don't know what it's going to sound like, but I thought I'd give it a try. I know that many of us are self-isolating, including myself. You're at home, you're doing whatever you're doing, and look, it could get a bit boring, I thought. I'm a little bit lucky because I'm actually self-isolating in a museum, the Aviation Heritage Museum in Bull Creek to be precise, which means I get to be entirely on my own in two huge hangars full of about 36 aircraft, some of which are amazing, such as this one. Now, that's the Catalina. Many of you will recognize it, any aviation buffs certainly will. I thought, well, maybe since you're sitting around instead of watching TV and playing games, I could take you for a quick tour around our museum. If you've not been here before, then you should come at some point once the virus goes. We've got our old shop here, and I can tell you our plans as well. We're going to make some big differences to the shop here. We're going to actually flatten the whole of this, and we're going to build outside. And those plans are already in place. It'll be a new retail shop with new product, some very interesting things going in there, including leather jackets, which I really like. So if you're into that sort of stuff, it's something to look forward to next year. The other thing we're doing, another change we're making, is this one. There's the R-22 Robinson helicopter behind us, but it's quite tricky doing this. I've never, as I say, done it before. Trying to show you what's going on whilst being in shot at the same time is not easy. But this is our new youth aviation learning experience area, and what we are doing here is to provide people with STEM activities. And STEM is science, technology, engineering, maths, or math if you're from America, or maths here I think in the UK. As you can tell, I'm obviously from the UK originally, so I've got a real strong aviation bent on Bomber Command, World War II and all that sort of stuff. And I'll maybe take you into the other hangar later to show you our Lancaster, Spitfire, aircraft like that, which are pretty amazing. But for now, this is the youth aviation area. Now, for the first time, we are able to display things like this jet engine. How does that work? Oh yeah, there you go, I can point at it. The jet engine, where you can walk around and have a real good detailed look at what it is. We have cutaways, that sort of stuff. We also have this little fella here, which is an aptitude trainer. So the whole idea with this is that you sit on it, and I haven't switched it on yet, but it has got a computer. I'll just show you down below, hopefully you can see that. We have rudders at the bottom, and we have an elevator that goes up and down. No ailerons, so you can't go left or right. But if you look in front, you can see there's a little aeroplane and a little marker. Rudders, definitely, you can probably see that moving back and forwards and up and down. The computer pushes it right out to one side, and you've got to try and bring it into the center and keep it there. And there's about 6 levels on this computer, and what happens is they get steadily harder, obviously. And I can tell you, it's pretty hard to do this. I used to fly gliders myself, and this is not easy, but the RAAF used to use it some time ago now, back in the 50s I think, just to see if people might have the right aptitude in terms of coordination to be able to be pilots. Now, as well as that, we have simulators, or actually just before then, other engines that we have are a rotary engine, inline straight piston engines, various things in the corner here, and our Iroquois helicopter here, or Huey as some of you might know it as, which is pretty special. We've only just brought this into the museum, and it really is something to see. It looks so much better indoors. There's a big job, and the volunteers here did a massive job in bringing it in. Huge cranes that we had to use, but they did a splendid job. We have something like 70 regular volunteers working here every week. They're not here at the moment, obviously, because we're shut, and they're also self-isolating. So if any of them are watching this, hello. In addition to these things, we have a BD5 here. I'll come back to that in a second, but we have these things. Now, these are going to be part of our simulator area. Now, right in front of us, this little fella here is just an instrument panel. going to be a TV on top, and there'll be an airplane flying around, and you can move the yoke and everything else in coordination with that. We have a second entry-level simulator where people will be flying at about 800 feet over the ground, landing onto a runway, and that's all you have to do is to use the throttle and the control to land yourself on the runway. If you don't and you crash, it defaults right back again to the start point. If you fly around, it'll default back, and so on. If you land, it defaults back. Lots of fun. I think kids will really enjoy that. We then have this little baby, which is a King Air simulator. Obviously I haven't got it powered up at the moment, all the power is off, but this is going to have a wraparound screen as well, and you'll be able to go to that next level of flying with a simulator off a runway, fly around, land, do sort of circuits, try and just to get basic ideas on how to fly. Our youth club also will be using this. Now, the other thing that some of you will know is that simulators are great, but the new thing is virtual reality. Now this, again, no lights on, hopefully you can see, it's a bit dark in here. This is a real procedural trainer, an Ansett one. We're going to put a computer in here with VR headsets, and you'll be able to fly in a twin-engined aircraft in virtual reality mode, which are the goggles that go over your face, so you can look down, you can look around, look up, anywhere. It's just tremendous. It's another level above simulators, really, and that will be amazing. The other bit is the BD5 here. Now, we can put a virtual reality in there. Now, what's interesting with this one is we're going to do the same as we're doing with a Macchi jet fighter down in the other hangar. And that is, we're going to connect the actual controls to the VR software. Now we can do it. We can get the BD5 software, as we have also got from the Macchi. And indeed on the Macchi, we've already done it. The rudders, the elevators are already connected. So exciting times, and I can tell you in, I don't know, well, once the virus clears really, so I don't know, 3-6 months, who knows. Where am I? Yes. So we've made some other changes. We've got this huge prop here, turbo prop, which used to sit over there, jet engine. We're making changes on the other side of the Catalina here to open up the museum more. This is our World War I area down in the back corner, which you can see. We're just moving things around to be able to bring the Oster out, and so everyone can get a far better view of the museum when they come around the front of the Catalina. There's a scale model of the Hurricane up above. For the first time you can actually see everything. Oh, and our models, by the way, some of our models are tremendous. This is just here in the southern hangar. In the northern hangar we've got a huge number of models as well, but they are tremendous. Anyway, look, that was just a quickie, and actually before we do it, I'll take you on to one more thing. Let me take you around here, because I think you quite like it. Just to show you, if you're a volunteer here, that we try to look after you. The most important thing for volunteers is cups of tea, cups of coffee, and biscuits. If they don't get the biscuits, I'm in trouble. Okay, so biscuits are really important. Now this, I'll just show you. That's the Bristol Tourer, used in the movie. Isn't it beautiful? But you can see it's all sort of World War I area. But what I did want to show you is, if you're a volunteer, you get to use the mess. This is the mess. Isn't that right? Only a small place, but it's got everything. But it all seems a bit weird at the moment because there's no one here except me, who's self-isolating. But I have to say, I'm probably self-isolating in one of the funnest places you can possibly be. If you're an anorak like me, into aviation and all that sort of stuff. I mean, this is great. Think about all the airplanes I can go and sit inside. We do open cockpit days as well for all of those who want to come on our family days. You'll really enjoy that. Anyway, so that's the southern hangar. The next step is to go out here and take us into the bright sunshine and down to the northern hangar. Anyway, I thought I'd do this today just to sort of take you for a little wander around and show you what you can do once this virus is over, and you can come and join myself and all the volunteers here at the Aviation Heritage Museum, part of RAFA, in Bull Creek Drive in Bull Creek. I'll maybe do another one of these. See ya.